play a game at home which is trying to guess the exact year of a film without looking it up, and I would say 1974, the year that Elvis Presley died, because it's got that bloated kind of...
It was 69, I think.
And
Yeah.
that's incredible, because it seems ahead of its time then. I thought maybe it was early because they look younger, but it's got everything about 1974 in it, sort of. Jimi Hendrix meets Liberace, on drugs overdose.
Well, I sort of want her sunglasses. Those white sunglasses are really hilarious. I mean, yeah.
Make sure you get.
Just walking around her private island like that is just kind of amazing. But these, in that period, a lot of films came out like this. Joseph Losey made some more after this, certainly like Secret Ceremony. And did you ever see the Go-Between?
But those are not like this.
Well, Secret Ceremony was kind of, but
right.
did you ever see Hammersmith is Out with Burton and Taylor, where they play the richest people in the world again, and there's lots of fart jokes in it? It's like amazing, And then she made The Driver's Seat. Have you ever seen that movie? Where Andy Warhol's in it, and they dub his voice in, and in the scene, the plot is that she has to find someone to have sex with her and kill her, and she goes through the whole thing. In the opening scene, she comes out of her house dressed like that, and the whole neighborhood goes, laughing, It's kind of an amazingly bad movie too. I mean, and she got angry when I brought it up because I think she was humiliated by the film. But recently there was this full-page article in the New York Times about how when it came out on video that all the editors of Vogue were watching it and everything, which amazed me. That this would suddenly catch on. Anyone else have any comments? Yeah.
It seems to have created a new genre, maybe of neurotic realism. That's what I was thinking.
Well, neurotic realism.
Or histrionic realism, maybe.
Well, it's almost like a parody of a Tennessee Williams play. I mean, because Tennessee Williams, always could be very histrionic and very over the top, but this one kind of goes somewhere. And the play was like that too. If you read the play, it's not so much different, really. And try to imagine it with Tallulah Bankhead and Tab Hunter. And Tab told me that when they did it, the entire balcony was filled with Tallulah's gay fans, and every time she said one word, they'd start screaming and everything, so you couldn't even do the play right. Really. It was like Rocky Horror Picture Show, the audience reaction to it. So, is anybody here going to help? Will this help you in your career?
Joseph Losey took it seriously?
Joseph, I don't know. Do you think they were in on it? Were they trying to make a comedy in a way? Maybe.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because Losey is a very self-conscious director. If you see the entire work, it's very self-conscious.
But this didn't see ever they went, oh, come on. I don't know. I think that's why Tennessee Williams liked it. I think that's what Tennessee Williams had in mind with this. But it's a very thin line to know if you're in on the joke or not.
Yeah.
Well, especially since they tried to buy the house. And a storm blew it down twice. They had to rebuild it. Because it didn't have a roof or anything, or no plumbing or anything, and they just thought, let's live here.
It seemed to be a parody, very self-conscious parody of every film they ever made. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Well, that was later, though, right?
Was it? Well, okay, so it's backwards.
Yeah.
It's real function that way. And Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, was that after?
Was it? Yeah, I think it was after. Yeah, but she got great reviews for that, actually, I think. And
well, it's a parody of their style of their being together, because it was such a big thing.
Well, this was the first one that was a bomb. All the ones before this made a lot of money. So Taylor and Burton together
But
were like,
their romance together and everything, their lifestyle, the bigness.
yeah, yeah. But I even see in this, where Divine loved her so much, and she was a little heavy in this, but just beginning to. Well, compared to later, I mean. Later,
he was kind of like Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
They kind of bloated Bill Murray with a little scar here. He was the one that wasn't aged, so it's a little too bloated.
And it's odd to see in old movies what looks sexy with men, how it's changed now. You would see a buff kind of body if it was a movie star, and he looked like he'd had a couple Bloody Marys.
Perhaps Losey wasn't in on the joke, and what blew him away is he has two big American actors in allocation. Which was a formula at the time.
Yeah.
Two great actors or one kind of.
And Noel Coward.
And a great film.
Yeah. Because he always shot with seemingly unknown. He never shot with big actors. He made people are big.
The producer was Lester Persky, who is a notorious lunatic in a way. I mean, a good one, but.
Car wash?
Huh?
Didn't he car wash later?
Didn't he do Alan Carr's movies at some point? I mean,
Car
no, that was Alan Carr did bad, like Can't Stop the Music, and but Grease was his big hit. So, but I hope you all can use this in your work in some way, whatever what you do, because as melodrama is something that is very, very important to me. I know like Todd Haynes right now is doing a new movie that's supposed to be very Douglas Sirk-like, with rear projection and all that. And I don't think any of that was rear projection. Do you think when they were on the terrace, I mean...
It was real here.
Yeah, I mean...
Obviously that Easter Island thing was mad, but aside from that...
Was it? I guess it was.
It looked like a painting.
Yeah.
Was it?
Styrofoam.
I don't know even,
I think it was
because-
I'm
styrofoam.
not so sure.
I think they might have just stuck some styrofoam on there. It looked like, you know, kind of, what's that place where you get the drinks in LA with all the, no, the other one, the fancy, well, never mind, anyway, the place where you get drinks with big umbrellas in it. Trader Vic's. That's what it looked like. Now, has any of you, like, with other melodramatic movies, I mean, they're sort of a genre that you don't see too much anymore. I mean,
any of the John Hopkins films, I mean, they're all, I mean, especially like his later ones that were, before considered Morbius, but they did a lot of his plays. I was thinking Toulouse Bankhead, The Eagle with Two Heads, have you ever seen that?
No.
That was a Broadway play with Toulouse Bankhead in it. And she made it to a French film, he made a movie in French with John Ray playing, you know, the lead, of course. Anything John Ray is in is not dramatic, but especially the 3 or 4 that they made in that period, they're great for that. I mean, that's what they are. They're unashamed about it. It's not. I would say they're in on the joke because they completely know what they're doing, except they may not find it funny, in which case they may not be in on the joke.
well, but Douglas Sirk's movies, I mean, when they came out, were thought of to be like women's pictures, and they were kind of dismissed by the critics and everything. And now they're certainly back in Fassbinder kind of reinvented him.
Itself, Love Represents the South, where all German woman falls in love with an Arab guy.
Yeah.
That's a same genre.
Yeah.
It is, right?
Well, he remade the Sirk movies almost, some of them. Yeah. I met him with Sirk when they were together in the Berlin Film Festival. I almost fell to my knees. And they were an odd combo. My friend here, Tees Brunner, has the Douglas Sirk archives, which is amazing. You have to get that in a museum or something, right? But he was a great director. I think today the young kids, a lot of them are really discovering him again and writing him and doing homage to him, which is something that is from the past, something that before film students would very much not do when I was certainly in film school and stuff. So does anybody else have any questions about anything that was here that wasn't in my class?
Something about the Zoroastrian symbolism, the sort of sun, but also the Greek statues. Have you seen Zardos? Because it's pure.
No.
It's Sean Connery.
But is Zardos William Castle?
No. It was like done like, John Borman. It's like 72 or something. It's with Sean Connery, and there's this like, it's this 2-part story. It's hysterical because
Flying head, isn't it?
yeah, this giant flying head, and no one knows what this is about. It's leading Sean Connery, who's this real primitive guy with a sword, into the space that he crashes through, and it turns out that he's following the god Zardoz, which is actually the Wizard of Oz. And he ends up in this other land where people can't die, and they brought him there so that he can kill them all. And people are running towards him with his sword saying, please kill me, kill me.
But was it him?
I don't think so.
When did Warhol do Heat with Sylvia Miles?
I think it was like it was kind of a cult thing for a little while. It was just hysterical.
Warhol, she just asked when Warhol did Heat, which was, when was Heat? Like 74 or something.
Yeah, Sylvia Miles, that's pretty hysterical too.
Yeah, but Sylvia Miles is great.
Yeah.
That's a really good Warhol
Yeah.
movie, I think.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I was wondering if it wasn't a parody of Antonioni's La Ventura, that type of setting.
Well, maybe, because I mean that real art film that, was out in the early 60s with Antonioni and all that kind of slowness, it took her forever to die. And that coughing scene. They had to know, they had to be in on that. It was like she had the croup. And then for no reason they said, unscheduled eclipse of the sun. Yeah, I know. I feel like saying that a lot when you just see something happen.
Is that where Calvin Klein commercials come from?
Well, I don't know if Calvin Klein saw this movie. Now he has, that all the fashion people are watching it. I think they watch it for the interiors of the house.